Hello everyone, I'm Dhatri Parmar, and today's my topic of presentation is hybridity and the Indian experience in a study of Nizam Ezekiel's poetry. Imagine you have a conversation with your friend and you are switching a language, English, Hindi, and Gujarati in your WhatsApp chat. So, congratulations, you are a part of a hybrid identity. Talking about Nizam Ezekiel, he was born in Bombay in 1924, and basically he was Indian Jewish. That itself made him a hybrid identity, and that's why he has the experience of a hybrid personality. His education is he had a BA in literature at college in Bombay, and he further goes to the London. So he has both experience of India and outside India as well. So that's also provide him an experience of being a hybrid identity. He was playwright, actor, broadcaster, social commentator, and he also corresponded with various journals in his time. He was art critic and he conducted art appreciation courses as well. And he was director and theater unit in Bombay, and that's why he has a larger experience through the Indian culture, and that's what provide the content for his poetries. Talking about his legacy, he was known as a front rank poet in Indian English tradition. My research question for today's presentation is how does Nizam Ezekiel's poetry represent hybrid identity within the context of Indian identity and experience? So, first of all, let us have an idea of what is hybrid identity. The term hybridity, which was coined by, of course, Homi K. Bhabha, and it talks about how the condition in which the boundaries of identity are crossed and that resulting in illegitimate racial mixing. It was a deeper idea, and that's what even shared by the Nizam Ezekiel. However, with this idea of hybridity, there is another side as well coming there, which reveals that with the hybrid identity, there are two kind of an experience: good, positive, and as well as negative. But in the case of Ezekiel, the positive aspect which provide him the content. So first poem is The Background Casually, in which he talks about how he has a personal experience of marginalization. As being a Jewish identity, he has the sense of dislocation in him. And that's why in this poem reflects, with this idea, reflects, I quote, I went to Roman Catholic school, a mugging Jew among the walls. They told me I had killed the Christ. That year, I won the scripture prize, unquote. Now, this line reflects how he has this a sense of being an outsider in India, and that's what he has an experience even in the school days. So he has the experience of a cultural dislocation from the childhood only. He experienced it in his college, school as well, and in this poem he reflects how he was bullied in the college and in the school because of his Jewish identity, and we found out there was a fervor of a reaction against the Jewish identity, and that's what reflected in his personal experience and even in the this poem of Background Casually. He has a struggle of recognition and he faced the financial hardship because of this having a Jewish identity, and that's why he wrote subsequently in this poem, I quote, as others choose to give themselves in some remote and backward place, my backward place is where I am, unquote. So this is reflecting that he is struggling even within the context of India as being a Jewish identity. People are struggling in the India, but particularly Ezekiel as a being an Indian Jewish is facing that, and that's why his personal experience is revealed there. Another poem is The Night of Scorpion, in which there is a reflection of cultural hybridity. We have experience in during a corona time, people were not going to the having a vaccine and going to Baba for having some bhabhuti and drinking that bhabhuti instead of taking a vaccines. So that's what reflects the superstition even within the 21st century. So that's what even the gist of this poem as well, in which the poem is situated in rural India. So it provides is a Indian background. At the same time, the uses of English language that made it a combination of Western and Indian. So very hybrid idea, and even hybrid idea of tradition versus modernity. So people in the poem is giving so many suggestions, as Darshan mentioned, that you have to chant these words for 100 times, or you can spit this, or we have idea of જ્યારે સાપ કરડી જાય ત્યારે આપણે અલગ અલગ પ્રકારની છે બધા દોરા ને ધાગા કરીએ છીએ. Similar way, the people of the village is providing a traditional view. So this poem reflects how the traditional view was contrasted by his father's rational view. Like said, I quote, my father, skeptic, rationalist, trying every curse and blessing, powered mixture, herb, and hybrid. I unquote. So word hybrid itself appears in this poem, makes Ezekiel's poetry a very hybrid, and there is a blending of traditional and modern. So his father having a scientific temperament, showing a Western values. On the other hand, villager showing a traditional value and superstition, making this poem very hybrid. Even he used the language which is hybrid. Another poem is Poet, Lover, and Bird Watcher. This is a combination, a well combination of Indian philosophy and Western philosophy. As we know, the romantics of Britishers, we have Shelley, Keats, Wordsworth, and Coleridge. So all them having a philosophical tones. In similar way, he touches upon that theme as well. So the first line of the poem, I quote, "The slow moment seems somehow to say much more," unquote. So there is a sense of patience in the very first line, and that's what the philosophical touch provides, and very Indian touch provided to this poem. Eastern influence of patience and mindfulness, as at the same time having a Zen-like patience. So there is a combination, there is a hybridity in both. Talking about the pursuit of enlightenment, and there is a art as a artist as a visionary. We found out in romantics, Shelley, Wordsworth, and even Coleridge talking about the having an image, secondary imagination. So having artists, making them artists very philosophical. In similar way, in this poem, Ezekiel provides a idea of Zainism and Buddhism and providing combining both the ideas, and in that way made this poem very hybrid. Uh, there is a cultural fusion, and in which his personal experience also revealed, and he was in this poem he talks about how a bird watcher and how lover is like a similar way having a patience in there and waiting for their confession or a right proper time. So you need patience. So combination of the both the things. Another is very famous poem of him, The Goodbye Party of Miss Pushpa T.S., which for providing it a very hybrid identity. The title itself is a satirical and providing us a view of a very Indianness in the poem. So it critiques the societal norms in humorized way, where in the title itself we have to use a farewell party. In English, the word is farewell party. Instead of that, he used goodbye party. So he just intentionally changed the words. In similar way, he used smiling and smiling instead of smiling. So giving an Indian touch, and once and only instead of once. So these all expression of Nizam Ezekiel made him very Indian in a approach and very hybrid or post-colonial identity while reflecting or being a poet. Even in this, he did the stereotypical idea like what are the Indians, how they appear, how they converse, and he generalized in that. For example, the Indians have these colonial mindset of foreign validation. That if you are going outside the country, then you are having a good background or you are having a good identity. We normally have a fascination of a people who are going outside. We are throwing a bon voyage parties to them. And it's the similar way the subject of this poem is reflecting. And you get the idea from this quote, I quote, "You are all knowing friends what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. Miss Pushpa is coming from very high family," unquote. So coming from high family and going to abroad, this fascination is connected with the Indian identity. In similar way, he criticized the idea of Indians of going outside as well. And at the same time, having a good, very being a good, very character, a normal middle-aged woman. That is also Indian touch given to this poem. He was in this he talks about how the identity of the people are caught between the tradition and modernity, and even the repetitive use of continuous tense in his poems made him very hybrid. He's instead of using simple tense or simple past tense, he's using continuous tense, and that's what make our a kind of a language. We normally use a continuous tense a lot because we are a second language speaker. Another poem is Patriot, in which he said, I quote, "I simply not understanding. Ancient India wisdom is 100% correct. I should say even 200% correct. But modern generation is neglecting. Too much going for fashion and foreign thing," unquote. So in this, the using of numeratic words, which Indians normally use, they just bet this is 100% true or this is 200% true. So that was given to this poem. And at the same time, the continuous tense or the satires or blending the Western allusion of Antony, Julius Caesar, at the same time using Mahatma Gandhi and Indira Gandhi in the poem, blend the his hybrid or colonial identity, and he of course used the humor and satire. So my conclusion is Ezekiel created poetry out of triviality with the tinge of imagination, and that's what gave the Indian touch or hybrid touch to the poems of Nizam Ezekiel. Ezekiel's poetry embodies the hybridity of Indian experience, blending Eastern and Western tradition, past and present. And his works also reflects the complexities related to the post-colonial identity and how the post-colonial identity time and again try to adjust and readjust in the evolving world. These are my references. And thank you, everyone. Now, if you have any question, feel free to ask.
So, Dhatri, I would like to know to what extent does hybridity serve as an advantage in the Nizam Ezekil's literary career?
Advantage in the case of being a Jewish identity, you will face problem because there was a World War II and there was a sense of hatred at that time. So he's facing a problem in that case, and that's what even he reflected in the background casually. He reflected his experience of struggling for finding a job, struggling to be a part of a school or a child, a school or a college. So as that he got the problem. However, with the coming out of his poem, he get the self recognition, and that recognition leads him to be a director of the college, and that's what his works leads him to the having an advantage over the society, but not his personal Jewish identity, I would say. So hybridity in his case also provide us a view of how English language and combination of Indian touch. So that hybrid identity also provide him advantage of sharing experience of Indians to the global audience. So in that way, he got the advantage, and his language is so lucid in that case. So he get advantage of that also because of his language. He was easy to read, and that's why reader attracted towards him time and again. So yes.
So that is my question is, as you talked about his Jewish identity, so how does religion factor into his exploration of hybridity in the Indian context?
Okay, so if I'm not wrong, Indians don't have that sense of hatred of among Jews because they are quite in free, or they are not in that much of current affairs, especially localized people. So they are not aware about what is going outside the world. So that's what I think giving him an advantage, because people are, of course, thinking that he was an outsider, foreigner because of his name, Nizam Ezekiel. So I think that would be the case. And talking about particularly religion, then we found out, we feel that with the name of Nizam Ezekiel, he would be Christian. We feel that. But when we read the biography, we get the idea. So I think in the context of his religion, he was not in that much of talking about religion. He was in general talking about Indian experience. And so particularly in religion, I could not remember the proper example of from his poetry, which talking about religion. Yes. Thank you.